Hello YouTube, welcome to Xero's World Tour for Season 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a quick overall run round of the city, and at the very end I will showcase the last build. So without further ado, this is where we started. This is the coal generator power plant. Functions like your basic power plant with the water extractors underneath, which then feed the pipes up these sides here and then back up to the generators. Now I did max this out with power shards, but ultimately we soon realised that there wasn't enough power for the rest of the world. We went with this basic X design just to give it something new, built a little different, and I think it turned out alright. But like I said, not enough power for the rest of the world. We realised that, well, I realised this just after I built the hub where we're looking at next. This is our logistics hub. So I started with the idea of a logistics hub as I want all the materials to be brought from around the world to this hub. So when you spawn into this world, you will start on the second floor where the actual hub is, and we have some storage boxes here for things like weapons and materials that you might need when you spawn in. If you go to the other side of the hub, there is a window that will overlook the whole city. And just to the left of the hub, we have our power management. Now, this is our main power for the whole city. So right at the very end here, we have power that shuts off any power from any power stations to the hub, which in turn turns the whole city off. And then at each side here, we have different power connectors to shut each and individual factory down. On this side, we have vehicles for you to set off in and start exploring. The road out there will take you anywhere in the city. And down at the bottom here, we have our train inputs. So there's all the train stations that pick up materials around the world, drop all their materials off here, and are fed down to the next floor, where the materials are split up evenly and distributed in lines to this vertical hub. This vertical hub then takes everything down to the belt bus, which runs through the city. The idea is that the belt bus will run through the city, taking all the materials to and from factories all around the map. And after building that hub, we realized that we didn't have enough power, so we started next on our new power station. This power station has over 150 generators inside, produces plenty of power for what we need for the city. It also produces plastic and rubber, which is then fed back to the belt bus for the city once again. The power station is based on diluted fuel recipe, which is made in this room, and the fuel's made in this room. So once we had the power sorted, we decided to start looking at our iron. So I wanted to make a small iron factory to produce plates, rods and screws. However, I went a bit mad with the shape to try something new, which worked out okay, but the inside was rather cramped and not enough space to produce as many items as I would have liked to. So in the near future, I'm probably going to build another iron factory just to top those up. As you can see, the city's starting to come together with the roads connecting to each place, and we are going to be streaming the progress of these builds because I can't fit them in as well as the showcase builds, so I will be streaming any work I do inside the city. And finally, this week's build is copper. So this building here is mainly for smelting the iron into ingots. As you can see inside, we have lots and lots of smelters on 2 floors. Each line of smelters is based on a Mark 5 belt, which we've got 5 of coming in, so we have 5 full lines of ingots being produced. Once all the ingots are made, they make their way across this bus, which is raised above the ground. and connects from that building to our copper factory. The copper is then fed through the main hall to the other side, and at the other side you can see the materials coming out. From this room you can go to either side of the factory, and you can also get upstairs to either side of the factory. Each room has a basic function, either making wire, cable or sheets. There's also an access corridor that runs round the back of the main hall that leads you to each side, and also takes you down to the car park area. So if you do decide to drive down here, you can drive into the bottom of the building, park up your car in the car park at the bottom and work your way into the factory. So that's a basic tour of the world. I do cover a video on each build if you want to see them. And like I said, the outside of the city will be done on stream, so you can watch me build as I go. So if you like what you see, hit the like button, subscribe, that would be much appreciated. I'd also like to thank my Patreons for their support. They're just amazing, I can't thank them enough. And a special thanks to my Patreon Gold members, Psycholics and Mr. Dragonskull. You guys are legends, thank you. And that's it, so I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.